Hello, welcome to Off the Shelf Reviews. It's Gaming Friday. I'm Gary.
And I'm Jason.
And today we're taking a look at Split Second, which came out on the 18th of May 2010, published by Disney Interactive Studios. And it was available on the PS3, 360, PC, and PlayStation Portable. And I know we were big fans of this game when it came out. We were fans of racing games in general, playing all of the Burnout games in particular.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think Burnout Paradise came out in 2008.
Yes.
So 2 years before this one.
Yes.
And it kind of, I don't know, it missed the point, I think, of what made the other Burnout games so great.
Yeah.
And of course, for me, those games were carrying on the lineage of Destruction Derbies.
Yeah, exactly.
Which they had the whole series of their own. And then, if you're a fan of those, you're probably playing Twisted Metal as well.
Exactly, yeah.
And then, of course, you may be dabbling with Need for Speed.
Exactly. I was playing with all those as well.
Playing all of those.
Even to the Mega Drive games, even like tabletop Micro Machine games and everything like that. Even
Project Gotham Racing, Gran Turismo.
All of them, Forza, everything.
All of them.
Everything.
And this game came along, and it was like, okay, this looks like things blow up real good.
This thing's like fast cars, things blowing up, all $1 million budgets. It looked awesome. And I was like, okay, let's do this. And I remember getting the demo for this, thinking not really sure what to expect, and having my mind blown straight away. It is. For me, this game is the Burnout Paradise sequel we all deserved, because I was disappointed. I like Burnout Paradise, don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of aspects of Burnout Paradise that I did not like the fact that I couldn't restart. If you didn't come first and you had to restart it, you had to drive all the way back
to the starting line to trigger the event,
and it was a pain in the bum. It was really annoying, and it like you said, it lost aspects from the other Burnout games that it just lost, and I was kind of craving something to fill that gap. And this game
definitely did that.
This game
really did.
Definitely gave me that.
It was developed by BlackRock Studio and Sumo Digital. Now, BlackRock Studios, based in Brighton, England.
Oh, it's weird.
But they were shut down by Disney Interactive.
Okay.
Which is quite a shame. Because obviously this game sets itself open at the end for a sequel. There are 12 episodes in the game's sort of campaign, story mode, if you will, and it leaves it to a sequel ending. And within months, the studio was shut down. The second game
Sounds like an EA job.
was in the schedule. But Disney closed them down all the same, and there was a massive petition online to go, look, whoever's got the rights, we wanted another one of these games once we were done with it. So BlackRock Studio was shut down, and most of those employees went on to form lots of other smaller studios, including Studio Gobo, Round Cube Entertainment, Short Round Games, and Boss Alien.
Yeah.
The team that made this is gone to the winds now.
They were dispersed into other things.
Pretty much, yeah. The other team that developed the game, which was Sumo Digital, they're still around, and they're working at the moment on Crackdown 3.
Oh, nice.
For the Xbox One, and Dead Island 2, which is to be announced, confirmed, or don't know. They definitely need to.
They really need to do something.
Work on that.
Yeah, they're not going to just remaster. Well, they already remastered the last ones, haven't they? And released it for the Xbox
quasi
One.
Sequels to it. Yeah, like Riptide, wasn't it?
Yeah, which was pretty much the same.
I didn't even bother with Riptide. After the first one, once I was done with it, I was like, smashing zombies with burning and electrified machetes is all well and good, but it still just didn't quite get it.
There's only so much of that you can do before you
it was funny because after playing that I went straight back to just Dead Rising 1.
Oh, okay.
To go off track.
Okay.
So this game has quite a lot of different environments. Of course, with racing games, that's you usually either go for the beautiful vistas in the background, or the cars that are made down to an absolute science, replicating actual models. And then you get the arcade games, which is where I kind of lean towards enjoying more, especially after the Burnout games. It was all the fun and the thrill.
Oh man, that was awesome. Sorry.
Compared to actually driving real cars and trying to take real corners, just drifting. That was what Burnout taught me how to do, was to drift.
Drift around a good corner, like, and just nail it, hit the apex, and just kind of like this.
The gist of this game is that this is a TV show, and you are all contestants. Every racer is a contestant in the show racing for the grand prize, but all of the tracks are rigged with booby traps and explosives, some of which will actually change the map, if you will, the racetrack.
Yeah, as you can see, I've just blown up like the ground here and gone to like an underground car park. And just before I blew up like an air traffic control like tower, and that can totally change the map. And you've just seen before as well, where the plane came down on top of me as well.
Yeah, and you can actually drive right through the carriage of the plane, can't you?
No, that'll totally knock you out. That's why I went right to the left, like, because that was
to avoid it entirely.
To avoid it, but that's like a one-time
But
thing,
I think
like,
the wings can still hit you, or the engines.
The wings, the engines and the wings can hit you.
It's a great way to take out multiple rivals in one go.
Exactly. I usually like hang back at the back at the very first of this, and just stay
power
up until it hits red, and then just lay it all on top of them.
Let other racers take themselves out.
Take them all out in one hit, like get like an achievement for it, and then just like, carry on. I'm in first place. I don't have to try anymore.
Now, when this game came out, we did play this to its absolute
death
end. I think we unlocked every achievement, unlocked every car, and gold rated every single event. Now, it's not just straight up racing, as that one wasn't really a race. That was that a quick time? Or
no, that one's a race. That was our career race. We're in a career mode right now. Like, so this is all for like, to get like credits here, and that goes.
You need to qualify into some of the events.
Yeah, that's right. Until like the last one, which like it's like a tournament, and that one, like you said, it's locked right now. But you get to that point, and you can like progress further onto other maps and stuff like that. Like, so right now you got another race here, elimination, which is obviously if you last.
If you after a certain amount of time you get eliminated, So there is a variety of different modes just to keep it fresh, but it was one of these games that just kind of broke me out of playing racing games, even the arcade ones, and that was time trials. And it was, in order to complete this track, you need to finish it in like something like 32 seconds.
Oh my god, I remember that.
And it gives you a vehicle that accelerates at phenomenal speeds, but it can't take corners at those speeds. But you
so you're
have
just like
to.
Pinballing on all the walls.
But you have to race the track to the point where you cannot pinball off a single wall, because if you do, it will be point over that 32-second mark by even if it's a hair of a second. You have to do it again.
Yeah, like a split second. Lol.
A split second, literally. It does come down to that. So
yeah, definitely.
But it gets aggravating and frustrating.
Exactly.
And when you play this game to death, and you do love the game, you will see the warts and all kind of thing. And I know, Jason, you said that you had some issues with the game since you've been replaying
it. For some reason, right now you see the SUVs up in front. Like I'm like, why? How is that even possible? They're really slow to get going. Like, if I was that car right now, I'd be dead last. But I know that for sure because I've been that car. Because I've been in this situation where I'm second, and the AI is too aggressive. And right now, I am so left right now, and he's does not let me pass, which is just like fair dude.
Well, he's got a bigger car.
He's got a bigger car, like, but that's the thing. Like, he should be losing tons of speed, but he's not. Like, I see these guys are just trying me. But if I did that would be bad, like, again. And it's a real bad problem with rubber banding on this game. Like, I'll be well out in front, and then they suddenly all come rushing in at one point, like it's like the Wu-Tang Clan coming out, and that's my bad right there. Like, but
rubber banding in whoa, awesome. Another one.
Yeah, that's someone else. That me.
So, oh wow, so someone's been eliminated already.
That's right, yeah.
Rubber banding in racing games, for me, it became most apparent in a Need for Speed game.
Which one?
I'm trying to remember which one. It was the one that I think had live actors in it. If I remember rightly, it had...
Was that the latest Need for Speed?
No. It was a while ago. It was around this time. I remember it had Hilo from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh my God.
He was in it. He was one of the race drivers. I don't know if you remember that one.
I'm trying to remember, but I got like a digger fly,
But
which I just wrecked myself.
It was that one in particular that the rubber banding was so apparent because unlike on this game, you can't see the map. Well, I think it's good. Oh, wow! But you can't actually see a map of how close the other cars are behind you. But I just remember looking at the Need for Speed map and seeing how far ahead I was, and then just watching their cars zip around corners at they must have been going
speed.
at light speed. And it's just like, how did they do that? This game is just cheating. It's
broken.
Bullshit. Like, so if I can't afford to make a single mistake because the game's going to rubber band those cars right past me, and I'll have to do the whole race again, and it's like 5 fucking laps or something.
Shit, like, yeah.
And so it is rubber banding in games. They shouldn't punish you for it being good.
No.
You know, there should be some kind of challenge to it, but
yeah, I mean, definitely. Like,
but then
that
if
keeps
you
the
are
game
that
interesting.
good at the game, then you should be ready for the game's multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then the playing field's even and nobody's rubber banding.
The same problem with the latest Need for Speed. I was like really excited.
It's still
with
apparent.
It's still well apparent. Like, I mean, I'll take a corner, which I'd break, what I think that the corner would be for, because, I'm like quite realistic about it. And then suddenly they will just come barreling
past
down,
you,
like a bazillion miles an hour, and I'm just like, what? Okay. Where's the fairness in that? So yeah, the problem is still apparent in Need for Speed games, and unfortunately it is a problem with this game. Like, and it's more apparent the more you go on in this game. And I mean, right now you see me like, kind of dealing with it.
Yeah.
But it's manageable.
It's manageable.
But once you get
one,
the better cars and like faster and faster, and it gets harder and harder, it's more and more apparent. Like,
Yeah. Especially, well, I mean, at least when you get blown up by other people, using the environment or using their detonators on you, you're on the track pretty soon afterwards. There is enough time always to catch up and blow them up so that you can take first place again. It's but yeah, with the rubber banding and with being blown up again, like Burnout Paradise, it always goes back to me to Road Rash.
Oh, yeah.
When you're going at fucking 200 miles an hour on a bike and you hit something, you go flying over the handlebars and have to run all the way back to pick up your bike.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was horrible. Like,
Yeah.
And I used to get so much road rash from that.
But it's I don't know why racing games have it. It's
No, some games can they're fine with it, like games like Forza.
Maybe
and
if
Gran
it's not
Turismo.
noticeable anymore.
But it just seems to be with arcade games. I think that's
Arcade
what
games,
the
yeah.
problem is. Like,
Well, it's kind of, I guess, emulating the formula of, I don't know, actual arcade cabinets.
Yeah.
I guess, it's understandable because, they want you to put more money in.
yeah, they want you to put more time and effort into the game. They want you to get frustrated.
Egg you on to keep playing.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
do better.
So right, one thing I do notice about this game is how well the graphics have actually held.
Yeah, looking at the game now, I'm like, wow, this game is now, at the time of this recording, 8 years old.
Oh, no.
And it looks very nice
good.
still, yeah.
I mean, when I download...
But then again, all racing games do.
Yeah. to be
Whenever
honest.
there's a new console coming out, there's always a racing game, and
The
it's
racing
like,
games
how
looks-
photorealistic does this
Yeah,
one
how
look?
shiny can get the metalwork. How
How
well-
reflective is all of the the
light
cars
work
and the
and stuff.
lighting, and then it's this one has rain effects and particle effects, and this one adds scratches to the cars, but you
Yeah.
don't really want to scratch a car.
No, I hate that in Forza. I'm like, restart.
That's why I won't play Forza. I'm just like, no. I want the car to be able to disintegrate when I ram it at 200 miles an hour into a brick wall.
I do like those sort of games. Like, I want like a realistic type game where you do like a simulation like arcade game like Burnout,
Yeah.
where like you do hit something and you crumple like
Yeah.
dramatically. Like you don't really get that dramatic crumple effect in this game.
No. It's just short, quick. It's kind of satisfying explosions that
Yeah.
happen. The
I mean,
the
that
screen
there,
shaking.
like, it's just like the
explosions.
wheels blow off, like, and they just turn black. And, like,
Yeah.
it's satisfying enough. Like,
It
but-
also does, the very quick slow motion when other cars are exploding and right in front of you or to the side of you, you quickly try and evade the blast. It's satisfying, and it's like I just keep talking about Burnout. I'm going to keep talking about Burnout
because it's very similar.
It was
to it.
the crash mode.
Oh, yeah.
Where you get to fly into all the traffic and try and cause as much anarchy and chaos as you can with chain reaction explosions. But it was also Burnout Takedown or Burnout Revenge, I
Yeah.
think, were the two main burnouts for me, where it was, a case of taking out other cars and causing those explosions, but using the traffic or
like hitting them into the traffic head on or something like that.
But with this one here, a lot of people, I can understand a lot of people being frustrated where there's there's very little you can do when somebody triggers their explosion to evade it. It's
exactly.
like, you're going to get hit by it, you're screwed.
Yeah. If you're in the wrong place at the wrong time when that thing goes off, you are definitely 100% screwed.
Yes.
There's nothing you can do about it. If you're like, if you're sometimes like, you can go a bit right of it if it's like a helicopter explosion or something like that. But,
But it's also satisfying then to avoid it, and then you're the person in the car behind you screaming at you.
And it feels like a dramatic film thing then, doesn't it?
Yes.
It feels like a dramatic scene in a film where you just come out the other end like fast.
Exactly. That's what I like. Yeah, when there's helicopters chasing after you, and there's explosions going off, and fireworks everywhere, and there's debris in the roads.
That's right. There's other game modes to this where you're in a this truck like flinging bombs at you, like, and if you hit one, you just you explode.
There's
one where the helicopter's shooting rockets at you, like missiles, and there's one where
you're going to keep avoiding them all, and you're going to shoot the rockets back.
And you're like, get some, and it's all good. It's all cinematic. It's all good.
This was around the time of the Fast and the Furious films as well. It's got to have been.
Oh yeah, those films have been around. They're all like, they definitely got inspiration from that. Like,
definitely,
all sorts of like action.
It just kind of feels like superhero over the top moments.
Yeah. Totally right now, buildings explode in the back.
It's just like just blow stuff up.
It's like, I'll get some, you're America.
So there's a couple of interesting environments. Because I said, a lot of games have great vistas. There's environments like the quarry. There's a great big canyon, storm drains. You've got to go revisit the Terminator 2 storm drains.
Oh, that's good.
There's the airport terminal. There's a ferry wharf, the construction site. There's also downtown, which is another favourite. So there's quite a few different environments, and of course some of the tracks play them also in reverse.
Yeah, as well.
And
which order again you can change the maps on them as well and explode things just as well.
Yes, yeah. So it is unfortunate that the game only sold 86,000 copies in like I said in 12 days.
What?
So it didn't sell very well at all. It was reviewed positively by almost everyone that played it.
This game's well good.
But within 12 days in USA, 86,000 copies.
Oh my god.
So
in the USA as well.
Yeah. So it was a massive commercial failure. But like I said, IGN scored it an 8.5 out of 10. The Metacritic for it from both PlayStation and Xbox was an 82 and an 84 out of 100. PC, I think, was also around the 82, 84 mark as well. The only poor port of the game was the handheld for the PS Portable, and that one I think was a Metacritic of like 50 or 40 even.
Yeah, well, to be honest,
I think it was Split Second Velocity. I think it was called.
Yeah, well, to be fair with you as well, like this game can only be played on a big screen with a nice joypad or anything like that in your hand, like on a PC, or whatever like that. It can't really be played on something that's like small
I'm not a big phone. Portable gamer. No, I know Ian is, and Ian plays a lot of games on his handhelds,
like his PSP. Doesn't
That's
he?
right. Yeah. But I couldn't really see the appeal of playing this one on a small screen. This one needs to be on the big screen with the big sound.
Big sound, big explosion, surround sound, big screen, so you can really feel, the destruction and the cinematic, like
the flavour of it. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So, what's your favourite chase sequence in a film?
My favourite chase sequence in a film. That is asking something. I think it's usually anything in American and muscle car. So, but obviously, Vanishing Point.
Vanishing Point is amazing. Yes.
Death Proof is another one of my favourite. The whole reincarnation of the Dodge Challenger and the Dodge Charger going at it. But it's a very, very good scene.
Definitely, yeah.
Obviously, my favourite car chase scene is the Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers, well, yes.
It's my favourite film of all time, and it's my favourite car chase of all time. the whole film is one giant car chase. That. You can't get any better than that. With blues music going on in the background like that, with comedy and was it Dan Aykroyd and James Belushi or John Belushi? I'm sorry. Yeah, the whole
Yeah, it was one of those films growing up as a kid, watching it, and it was just fun just to see all the police cars just
that's my
colliding
favourite
and crashing on top of each other, and then driving through through everything. Yeah, but then growing, it's one of those films that when you rewatch it as you're growing up, you discover more and more about the film.
That film for a long time held the record for destroying like the most cars in a film like ever, until like a really bad film replaced it. It was G.I. Joe, like Rise of the Cobra or something like that, and I was like, oh. It's like gonna be better, like, but I still think as like, you know, Blues Brothers still holds the record in my eyes, like, because that's like a really great film. At the moment, I'm trying and speed through it so I can show you the people one of the other missions that's not a race.
Okay.
I'm trying to speed through so I can get like, I think it's like might be like a helicopter shooting down at us or something like that.
Nice, yeah, one of the other events. It doesn't seem to be unlocked just yet.
I got to wreck 12 more people to do it.
To unlock it, okay.
No.
You need to,
I can go straight on to the elite race, or just carry on at the moment and just airport terminal. And just wreck some more people.
So yeah, because you've got... Can we not do the end one?
Yeah, we'll do the end one. Like,
sure.
Right, what we got? I kind of like this one. It's kind of like American Muscle-y, kind of new wave.
Yeah, I don't think any of the cars in this are based on real cars. They're all just...
No, some of them might look like other cars, like right now, or like when it came out, but...
Yeah. The game did have some DLC and added a whole bunch more cars, I think.
I bought that.
You did?
Yeah, I think it was on sale at one point.
Disney needed your money.
Yeah, I was happy to give it for like more stuff. It was like £1.75. Like,
wow,
it was like worth it. Like,
well, this game recently was, I think last month, was on Xbox Live Games with Gold.
That's right.
So it was available again for free download. I still own my original copy still. It was one of those that I just kept.
Yeah,
I think it was at Flat Out. Was another series of games? Another
Carnage.
Flat Out Ultimate Carnage. I think that was one of those games where you threw yourself out of your windshield to hit bowling balls.
Yeah, that's
or
right.
to land yourself in basketball hoops.
A new one just came out actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
Just recently actually, like in the last couple of months.
So yeah, if anyone's looking for another game of that kind of caliber or flavour with some absolute zaniness to it, yeah, the Flat Out series is another one that I guess is still ongoing.
Yeah,
that's survived out of the other franchises.
But if you haven't like played it, and obviously now this is backwards compatible, you should definitely.
It's backwards compatible. It's got
to
be on sale again. If you didn't get it on the Games with Gold, I'm sure either on the PlayStation or Xbox Store, it will go cheap. Or I don't know, you got the Xbox Pass.
Yeah,
I guess.
You can probably.
I wouldn't get the pass just to play this game.
No,
but if this game is in there, it would definitely be worth some of your time, at least for a couple of hours. It'd be interesting to know whether this game's online support still works.
Oh, that would be nice.
That would be nice to be able to play it online again.
Yeah, because I remember I had an achievement for beating one of the creators like this.
Yes, it was one of those where I think if you got it, other people that beat you could still get it.
Yeah, I'm quite happy like not playing it so no one else can get it.
Beat the developer, see ya.
It's just like, yeah, see ya, you're never going to get it.
No.
Never going to beat anyone who's beaten it. Like. But yeah, I kind of like that because obviously I did it when the actual game came out as well. Like, so yeah. I like the idea that
you might have beaten one of the developers very early on. Yeah, both of us were day one purchases with this game. Oh, very nice.
One of the very few people. Oh my god! I did not see that then.
Would you recommend the game?
I would.
Obvious question.
100% definitely recommend this game. It will frustrate you with the rubber banding
and
little torpedo motherfuckers like that. And, but like, look, you heard us like laughing, like giggling, and like being on the edge of our seats when like I've like been trying to get out of like certain situations. Like right now the music's all tense, like because it's all like all for like on 7th.
Yeah,
and I need to get out of
catching
this
up
place.
to do.
Yeah, and hopefully the rubber banding will work in my favour.
As
I said, like maybe not in my favour.
Just gotta hope they take each other out. Oh, nice.
Well, I messed them up. Yeah, you got like
double wreck.
Yeah, we got a little slow-mo there.
Yeah.
Right.
But yes, very good. Of all the racing games I've played over the last sort of 10 years, I rate this one up there next to Burnout.
Yeah.
Burnout Revenge. I'm thinking.
Definitely.
I'm going to go with Burnout Revenge. So this one, Burnout Revenge, and Flat Out Ultimate Carnage were probably my 3 best racing games. And since these 3 games, I have not played another racing game. I really haven't. I've kind of stepped away from the genre of racing games entirely. I've kind of looked at the Forza games, and I looked at the
It was not Need for Speed, the new one. It was the I'm trying to remember. It was the Fast and Furious game that wasn't based on one of the racing games. I played that for a little while, and I was just like, no, just no, just not into it. As nice as graphically as the games do look nowadays, it just wasn't fun for me.
Yeah.
So this is my where I would go to play a racing game. So I have to recommend Split Second, and yes, please make a Split Second 2.
Please make a Split Second
with more
2.
glorious graphics and cars that can disintegrate on impact with explosions.
Definitely, and more stuff that can blow up. More
stuff, bigger maps. I don't know. Yeah, more. Just all of this, but more.
And fix rubber banding. And
yes, and
obviously, I've messed this one up. I'm definitely going to come last on this one. So I would have liked to have ended with a bang.
No, you can't always.
Can't always win them, but yeah. Computer had me on. They're a bit more aggressive when it gets to tournament mode, like.
Yes, yeah. I'm just watching you. It's just intense watching. I'm just like, take those corners.
Yeah. Well, some of us under much pressure.
Oh, you took him out at least.
Got third.
Oh no.
Fuck. See when you get no.
There's no one behind you, but that's the finish line, isn't it?
Yeah, third.
That's okay. It was better than where you were.
Yeah, it's better than last.
Alright, so with that, I'm going to bring this episode to a close. I just want to say thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back next Friday with another video game. Of course, film reviews on Thursdays. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Patreon. And oh yes, podcast is going up tomorrow. And I just would like to say I'm really sorry that I couldn't make the podcast that's going up tomorrow. I had to go to work. So you will have Ian, Andy, and first timer Tom on the podcast. So hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all next time.
Thank you very much.